So first we got this. And then we got this.
No. There's never been any instance at all of computer error occurring in the 9000 series, has it?
None whatsoever, Frank.
The connection? Let's talk about it. So guys, Star Trek 2001: A Space Odyssey, two of my favorite science fiction franchises of all time. I'm sure you probably share my love. And for years, just like you perhaps, I always wondered, I speculated on the connection of actor Gary Lockwood, who played Gary Mitchell, the former friend or the friend of Captain Kirk, who becomes a godlike, nefarious, rampaging entity. And then, of course, Gary Lockwood played Frank Poole in 2001: A Space Odyssey. Now, that's the connection. Of course, we all know, that's what happened. Star Trek cast, Gene Roddenberry cast Gary Lockwood as Gary Mitchell in the second pilot, Where No Man Has Gone Before. That was released in 1966. In 1968, Stanley Kubrick gave us 2001: A Space Odyssey. So I, along with maybe many others, figured, well, if that was first, Star Trek with Gary Lockwood as Gary Mitchell, if that was first, then Stanley Kubrick should have maybe cast him as Frank Poole because of his role in Star Trek, right? Right? Well, no, it's not to be. That's not what happened. Gene Roddenberry cast Gary Lockwood after Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick cast Gary Lockwood as Frank Poole, and they didn't start filming until later. And then Gene Roddenberry cast Gary Lockwood as Gary Mitchell, and they filmed it quicker, only a couple days, 6 days. That was released in 66. Kubrick finished with Gary Lockwood as Frank Poole, and that was released in 68. So the connection is there, of course, but Kubrick didn't cast Gary Lockwood for Frank Poole because of the Gary Mitchell role in Star Trek. So there you go. It's one of the many sort of connections between a lot of science fiction, and I thought for sure for years it was because Star Trek's second pilot impressed Kubrick. What's really interesting though is when I did my research for this, AI told me that, yes, Gary Lockwood was cast by Stanley Kubrick because of his Star Trek role. And you got it wrong. Big wrong. Okay? Now, well, what it said is, it said yes. When I said, did Gary Lockwood get the role because, the 2001 role because of Star Trek? It said yes. And then it said Stanley Kubrick cast him without an audition because of his prior work. Now, it didn't specify sure, but it answered yes when I said, did Kubrick cast Gary Lockwood because of Star Trek? So, don't trust AI like Hal, right? That's a lesson. Do not trust AI. Mostly AI is fine. Mostly AI has been pretty good by my, using of it. AI has done me pretty well, but it's not always right. It conflates, it hallucinates, it lies, whatever. So, hope you're enjoying, hope you're subscribing. See you soon.